Everybody's excited about, that itch gets in the air for fall football. And I think from a fan's perspective to a players, to coach, anybody that's involved, you just really like this time of year. Our guys wish it was a little cooler, getting started for practice. But we've had a really outstanding off season, and from the time we started in the weight room in the winter to spring training to summer workouts, I feel like we're in as good a shape as we've ever been in, and probably as deep as we've been in. So, really just like this team. They're blue collar. They come to work every day. They're a pleasure to work with. You don't really have to worry about them for showing up and doing their job, and that's what we kind of expect from them is to do that. But we're excited about all the things, and there's a lot of questions out there. I don't want to answer every one of them as I go, but this team. Every team's kind of responsible for its own identity, and one of the themes of the deal is how you going to continue. What about the streak in OVC? What about this and that? It's something we really don't ever talk about. It really is, and I know that's hard from a media standpoint, a fan standpoint to believe. But if you're around our guys day in day out, it's not something they discuss. I think all the accolades of kind of preseason stuff of where that is, our guys understand it don't mean anything. It's right where we want to be. It's kind of a pat on the back to, I think the classes, it's kind of laid the foundation. The team just laid the foundation for that, kind of pat on the back to them. But our guys know that they're responsible for this team's chemistry and their own destiny. This is a different season than any other season. So I feel like they're excited about the opportunity they have in front of them, and they put a lot of hard work, to get to where they are. Now we do have a lot of returning experience, which is a good thing. We got guys that have been through they're battle tested. They've been through the wars. So that's a good thing. I think our team leadership is excellent at this point, and that's not to say that it don't need to continue growing, but I think that it will, and they're excited about getting started. But we'll return a lot of guys. Defensively, our starting, too deep on defense. I don't think we've ever been more experienced there with the starting too deep. We've got guys that's played a lot of snaps, so it's hard to even, when you pull out a starting lineup or starting too deep, it's hard to pull them out because you got guys that's got a lot of experience there. So we got 9 starters back on defense and tons of guys that have played. So, defensively, I think we can be as good or better than we were last year. Now, that is a mouthful to say because, we were very strong, defensively last year. So, the theme of the question I've been asked every time I go out to eat or I'm at a clinic or anywhere is, how you going to replace Eli? And that's the question of, because it seems like he's been playing for 8 years, don't it? He's been a fixture, here, and he's a dynamic guy, and we're truly going to miss, not only Eli but a lot of seniors. And what I say, and I say it every year, when you have the type men we've had come through this program in the past few years, you miss them more, from that perspective than you do the player's perspective. I'm talking about this great leadership. So we've lost some great leadership from the guys we graduated last year's awesome class, and Eli was a dynamic player. We're not going to replace him. You're just not. I mean, we're not going to ask anybody to be Eli Jenkins, So I think he holds every record at this university at that position. So, and I think we'll stay with the Chargers. So he's playing in the National Football League. So, another guys, we're not asking them. They don't want to be Eli. They're going to be their own guy. And so we'll change a little bit offensively. But the guys we got back there to compete for that job, both can. They got their dual threat guys. They can run it. They can throw it, and I think they can manage offense very well. And they got, the good thing about them is they got people around them that's going to make their job a little easier. I think we'll be as good up front offensive line wise as we've ever have been, and then we got a blue collar receiver crew, and I think we got some running backs that can really get the job done too. So like I said, I know I'm answering several questions that you may have, and we'll go back to any one of those specific topics, but as you can tell, I'm excited about this team, as I always am. You love to see these guys work through the all season, and then you get to reap the rewards of that because you get to watch them play on Saturdays and kind of see how they perform. So that's what I'm itching to do. I can't wait to get on Saturday and watch them compete because they do love to compete. And that's our culture, is just, try to compete, do something competitive every day. And I feel like if if one thing, you can hang that is made our success happen is we look for good people in every area of our program that like to compete and that love the game of football. And I think when you got people around you like that, you got a pretty special culture, and it goes back to, I think our culture is very, very good. And like I said, this team has done a great job of kind of working to make that even better this all season. I can't wait to get them in fall camp and get to playing games. I know they're ready to get to playing games. You go ask them, there'll be some of them in here in a minute, and they'll be going, they won't be talking about fall camp. They won't talk about that Chattanooga game. They won't talk about, OVC race, things like that, playing the games, which is the fun part. Football practice is not, the funnest at times, but we try to make it fun. I think our guys do enjoy going to practice. But if you ask any of them if they love fall camp, they go tell you no. They won't get that over with. It's kind of funny. A couple of them asked me, when they found out we was playing Chattanooga early, so we had to start a week early. They was like, so Coach, that means, fall camp's a week shorter, right? Nah, guys, come on now. It's not going to be a week shorter. We got to get saved over practices in. So, but we never have got in our 29 practices. We usually get around 25, 26 anyway. So I think we come out of fall camp pretty sharp mentally and physically, and not try to just, beat your team up during fall camp. So, like I said, we're excited about getting started. And no matter what the weather has been, seems like when you start fall camp, it's going to be about 95, 98. Humidity is going to be as high as it can be, and I don't know where the rain, that nice, cool rain weather we had in June, I don't know where it went. It's just kind of disappeared. So